What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Wrapped Up Podcast. My name's Eli and I'm co-hosting with
Doggy Dog, Ethan Militia.
Yeah, so today we're going to be getting into some album reviews. We had a couple albums come out last week and just some overall news. Probably going to be a little bit of a shorter episode.
Yep. Not much going on too recently.
Sorry we missed last week. Some scheduling issues, with the label and all that. They're not letting us put out content.
Right. Is that a shot at Uzi?
Maybe that little guy.
All right, whatever.
We'll get into
Better
that.
than X.
All right. Let's stop there. Okay, so first, I want to talk about some albums that came out last week, because not really much happened this week.
No.
Unless you're a fan of the Backstreet Boys, which I am.
I mean,
come on.
Classic.
The Backstreet Boys came out with an album today, so check that out.
You know what? Props to them.
They're still doing their thing.
But this is a rap podcast, so
yes, we're not going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about some albums that came out last week, and I think it's all fair to start off with probably everyone's favorite, Future.
I don't know if it's everybody's favorite, but obviously it's
the most hyped, the most mainstream.
Right, exactly.
So, what were your initial thoughts on this?
Initial thoughts is that it was really good because his last album was like 6 songs or something. I don't even know if you could say it's a full-length album. It had like Wi-Fi Lit. That was one of the 31 Days. I don't know if do you even know.
I just
songs?
know Wi-Fi Lit. I'm not that big of a Future fan, and Wi-Fi.
I mean, I'm not
that
big of a Future fan either. But this album definitely had more of like hype because 2 singles came out before it actually came out. But like I listened to the whole thing. I thought it was a really good album. You didn't think so at first?
Well, at first I listened to it and I wasn't that much of a fan. For me, Future is just so repetitive. But I feel like especially when you're listening to different types of artists, you got to go into it with a different mindset.
Exactly, and like different types of moods that you're in. There's a lot of like teed up songs in there. Like FNN was really good.
Yeah.
Call the Corner. Good features by Young Thug and Gunna on Unicorn Perp.
Travis Scott.
What song was that?
First Off, I think it's called.
Something like that.
Something like that. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, that one with Travis Scott is the one that stuck out to me first. It's actually the first song I went to.
Me too.
When I checked it out, and I love Travis, and he just absolutely killed it.
Yep.
Yeah, First Off is what it's called. So it definitely depends on your setting, because I think I can attribute my dislike to this album was probably because when I first listened to it,
it just sounds like classic Future.
Yeah, and it was also 11 at night, and I was in my bed, and I'm not going to be blasting Future at 11 at night, so I went through some of the songs there, wasn't really feeling it.
I feel like artists should, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, I feel like artists should release songs albums. They could release them at like 7 o'clock or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I think that the whole industry has moved towards Friday, East Coast time, so it's always going to be 12 Eastern, 11 Central. So I'm starting to run through that Future album a little bit more, and I must say I'm adding a few more songs than I did before.
Yeah.
I'm just appreciating it for what it is, not what I think it should be. But overall, it's not something I am too impressed with, I guess, and it's not something that definitely stood out to me. And I don't think in the next couple months going forward, I don't think I will be replaying most of these songs throughout the year.
I'd have to disagree with you on that, actually. I'd say, like, honestly, about 7 of the songs I really liked. I just think because he hasn't put out something like this high quality and like this many tracks at one time in such a long time, I feel like this will hold him off for maybe even half a year.
I mean, I could see that, especially with a lot of big Future fans.
There are a lot of big Future
definitely fans. A big market when you're talking about like working out or stuff like that. A lot of people just listen to Future.
Like pro athletes.
Yeah, especially like in stadiums and all that. Future's always playing. So
exactly.
I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Just for me personally, I'm not going to probably be going back to this album. I am giving it another listen currently. And maybe there will be a few songs that I missed that will stick out to me. But for right now, I would say it's not a bad album at all. Especially with all the acclaim it's getting from people, I would definitely give it probably like a 7.5, and that's pretty good for me on a Future album.
Yeah.
Especially considering I don't listen to him that much, and I love his old stuff. His old stuff is really good.
I mean, his classic songs are the best.
It's
Future. Yeah.
But I just feel like maybe I just have to give it another listen. But it just sounds so repetitive. Like you can play any of the songs on the album, and I wouldn't know which one it was. They all
Really?
just kind of It's,
I disagree with that, but
yeah, but I just haven't listened to it that much.
Right. I
So-
like the more I listen to the album, the better it gets for me personally.
Yeah, so that's definitely what seems to be happening with me. So obviously, I'll give another run through of that to have my final opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a big reason why I didn't really get into this album is actually because a rising star, YNW Melly, came out with his album We All Shine, and wow, like this album was really good in my opinion.
Yeah.
I said he was going to be a breakout artist earlier this year, and I think with this album it definitely can catapult him to being a breakout artist. And just great songs, feature from Kanye West.
Huge.
Like, who
mixed personalities. That's the song. It's blowing up right
It's
now.
so good.
And the video from what was it, Lyrical Lemonade?
Yeah,
Cole Bennett.
I love
Very underrated, like director, producer of music videos. His videos are ridiculous.
Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. When I saw a Kanye feature, I was like, whoa, this is the time. Like, you can't mess this up. And
Especially, I'm surprised that it happened this early in his career.
yeah, like everyone I'm talking to, they don't know who he is. They don't know who YNW Melly is. So the fact that Kanye collabed with him definitely gives him a lot of credibility now. And I really enjoyed this album. Big songs. There's honestly, I'm not gonna say like I liked every single one, but I want to say that, but that's not fair because I might be a little biased because I'm starting to really get into his music. But No Heart is actually one of my favorite songs.
I think that was the first one I listened to, and that one stuck out to me too.
That one was really good. It really shows off his melodies, his singing, and just his style. It's really unique. His voice is really unique, and it could be something that can get hard to get used to because it's kind of a weird voice, but he does have a really good voice.
It's like a mix between, you could say, like, it's like a Young Thug kind of Gunna type thing, but he uses the auto-tune in a different way, and he has like a different voice than them.
Definitely.
So it's definitely an original thing. I got through most of the album. I keep going back to Mixed Personalities, though. That song has been stuck in my head for like the past week.
Yeah, I've been listening to his album every day since it came out, and it's actually a big reason why I'm going to go see him tomorrow, along with Blueface and Young Bands.
You know what? I know we knocked on Blueface earlier, but
he's making moves.
dude,
I'm not gonna lie.
He is growing on me.
He is.
Like, I hate to say it, but
I'm telling you, Bleed It is one of my favorite songs.
yeah, I've gone back to that song. That's like a top 5 song for me this year for sure.
It's so good.
It's so catchy, man.
Again, he's one of those artists where you just have to get used to it. Especially with his older music, people knocked on it so much, including myself, not giving him a full chance. And going back to it, it's not that bad, and I can definitely see why there was a lot of people that mess with him.
It's just different. That's why people mess with him. Like,
It is.
there's so many rappers nowadays that sound or try and copycat like each other with their sound. Blueface, he's offbeat. He's got like this accent, this rasp to his voice.
The squeal, just everything. It's different, and it's really appealing.
I still don't like some of like Respect My Crip and like he's so offbeat in that, but like Bleed It, he's pretty on beat.
Yeah.
And if he can make more music like that and then get some features,
Definitely.
Sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, I love Tatiana's growing on me a lot.
That's a good song.
And then Studio is one of my favorites as well, especially with Dead Lows.
Bleed It's definitely my favorite.
Bleed is 100% my favorite. And I think Blueface definitely will be making more music semi on beat. I feel like he should see.
Fingers crossed.
He should see that's where a lot of his fans are coming from.
Yeah.
So shout out Blueface. I know we ripped on you a little bit, but
my bad.
My bad. He's
If
starting.
you ever want to have a conversation, our DMs are open.
Yeah, for real. So he's kind of grown on us. Now you want to get into one of. Actually, you didn't really get a chance to listen to Members Only.
No.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, Members Only is XXX Tentacion's group.
Tentacion.
It has so many people. Like, standouts are obviously Ski Mask, Slump God is a really, really big part of that. But there's so many people. There's Kill Station, Kinsoul, Bass Santana, Flyboy Tarantino, Kid Trunks, Craig Zen, Kid Way. Like,
that's a lot of artists.
It's a lot of people that nobody knows about, but they really came together and made a really good album, in my opinion. And especially after X's passing, you can definitely see a lot of the songs are actually dedicated to him, which is really, really cool. And you can hear just the emotion in their voice, like they lost a brother, and it's really, really good. X especially stood out to me on this album. I would say 5 of my favorite songs all have X in it, aside from Now or Never, which is a really good song.
And is that the one you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about earlier. So the thing with this album is, if you have to listen, members only music is a completely different style of rap than what you're used to. It's a lot of people joined together, and a lot of people don't like collaborations where there's 4 or 5 people on it.
I don't know why.
And they just really complement each other well, and it's just a different type of music. I guess you have to get used to it, but I really like how they switched it up. Like, there's songs that are slow, there's songs that are just for the club, there's songs that'll get you hyped, and then it obviously ended. The last song, I guess you want to call it, is just a recording of X talking about himself. It's really sad, saying that if he dies, he deserves it, which is a whole mess of, you don't want to get into that argument. Just looking at the music part.
He talked about his death a lot right before he died.
A lot of rappers do.
Very
a lot of
eerie.
rappers do, which is really weird. Lil Peep, obviously, rest in peace. He talked a lot about his death. X, of course. And just, I don't know what this whole wave is with the devil and Satan. Like,
was X? Well, I know you're not trying to knock Uzi, but like, was X like into all that type of stuff or not really?
I mean, I believe
because I think Ski is. I feel like what is 999?
No, 999 is actually, so 666 represents the devil, right?
Right. That's what.
So that's
Uzi,
like devil
with.
devil, like negativity, all that Satan. 999 is actually the reverse of that. So
really?
Yeah. So if you flip the sixes, so it's basically promoting like good vibes. So that's what Juice WRLD.
Is it like religious or not really?
It's not like religious. It's kind of just like something that rappers are a part of, I guess. I think they're trying to stray out of this whole devil thing.
That's good.
Because especially with totally forgot the song name, but do you remember that song with Lil Uzi and Young Thug? And they came out. Yeah, they came out with a music video. Did you see that? That was very demonic and.
I messed with the song.
No,
the
song is good.
The song is very good, but it's just there was so many like satanic
references.
Yeah, Young Thug has always been about that, and
yeah.
People say that Lil Uzi's like just like a younger version of
yeah.
Young Thug, and they've messed with each other for a while. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. At this point, I think Uzi's actually like about all that like Satan crap, but I don't know. Sometimes I just think he's doing it for clout. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but like, why?
It makes no sense. Like,
you get so many people to hate you just because of like.
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, we don't know about the whole parameters about the selling your soul thing. We don't know what really goes into that. Maybe that it actually does boost someone's stardom and gives them a lot of money that can help them out, and people just take it like, all right, I'm winning.
I have no idea though. Like,
obviously, we're not going to know about it unless we're into it.
Right.
But that's
But back to the album.
Getting back on topic, a standout song to me was actually Ski Mask the Slump God has his own single on the not single, but he has his own song. Okay. It's called He Diddy. This song is only 1 minute long, which really hurts because I was listening to this. I'm not looking at the time of the songs when I'm listening to it. I'm just listening to it and I'm just appreciating it. So when Ski Mask came up, he absolutely killed it. Like, if this song was 2.5 minutes or even 2 minutes, it's top 5 Ski Mask song of all time.
You really think so?
It was so good, and I was listening to it. And I'm really really feeling it, and then it just ends, and I'm like, what?
Did it just like end abruptly or what?
Not abruptly. He goes into like his hook again, and then right after his hook, the beat just plays out for like 5 seconds, and I was just like, there's no way. So I literally clicked back on it and I looked, and it's like 1 minute and 1 second.
That sucks.
And I was so hurt because this had so much potential. I don't know why it's only a minute. Maybe that's how he intended it to be. It was so good. It was so good. Other tracks like Empty, which has a lot of people. That is Cooley Cut, Craig Zen, King Soul, and Ski Mask. This song is basically saying how they all feel empty without X, and they're just talking about his passing. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of songs that are dedicated, like Now or Never, like we mentioned later. One of the main lyrics in the hook is like, "Why did you leave so fast?" Like they're talking about him, and it just really hits the heart sometimes. Like these were all brothers. Like these aren't artists that just collabed and formed a group. These are legit like best friends, and they all make pretty good music, and they're all just hurt by this, which rightfully so, obviously. And it's just really sad to see that X couldn't have produced more on this album, even though he did a great job. But there's obviously nothing he could have added.
I wonder how much he has left. Like,
I'm telling you.
I'm sure he has a ton of songs.
Dude, on SoundCloud alone, he has hundreds upon hundreds, if not nearing 1,000 songs, I would say.
On his SoundCloud? Or no? Like,
no, it's usually
people?
other people releasing, and it's songs like that are pretty good that nobody knows about. So I'm really interested to see if in the future they're gonna end up releasing those songs on big platforms. I don't know about the whole label stuff with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But there's so many songs that nobody knows about that are so good, and a lot of these artists nowadays are making hundreds upon hundreds of songs, and we only get a little taste of it. So I mean, in my opinion, really good album. It really performed, in my opinion. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna have to check it out.
Really,
I mean, when I saw 24 songs, I'll admit it, I was kind of like I don't really have time to listen to this whole thing right now. When did it come out? Like the 22nd?
Came out Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So, it was really good. It was surprising though. I wonder why they released it on Wednesday. That's something new for now.
Wait a minute, didn't they release it on X's birthday?
Yeah, that's why. I totally forgot. Happy birthday, Ja. I know you're watching from up there or down. I don't know.
Hopefully up there.
Hopefully up there. Totally forgot. Happy birthday to him.
21st would have been, right?
21st. So that's exactly why they released it. I totally forgot about that. So that's actually a really good tribute to him. To release this on his birthday, all his brothers coming together.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just want more music from him. There's a lot of haters. There's a lot of people who don't like him, but me personally, I love him. So we've gotten a lot of music since his death, but I want more.
Don't be greedy.
Don't,
you bastard.
No, don't be greedy at all.
Because I am an Uzi fan.
Yeah.
He released one song last year. One song.
And it went
features.
crazy.
It did go crazy, dude. When I
crazy.
first heard it, I'm like 6 minutes. He went off, dude. He actually spat bars on that song. And he doesn't. When does he ever have quality lyrics?
No, never.
Exactly.
Oh man, what was that octopus line?
I am an octopus. I cannot breathe without water, so I put diamonds on my tentacles. Who thinks of it?
That's crazy.
He had a bunch of subliminal lines in there, but because he's rapping so fast, you couldn't even understand what he was saying. When you follow along with, there's a lot of lyrics on that song, dude.
It's so crazy. Long, but it's
so good. It's good. It's growing on me still. Every time I hear it.
Ever since I saw that video of him dancing, I've liked it. I've been waiting for it. So.
But one song in a year, I know it. He's got to get out of this record label, dude.
I don't know what's happening. You saw that video of him when someone asked him to release music,
I can't. He
said, "I can't." I
just want more information, but maybe he's not allowed to speak on his deal.
Yeah, it's a fishy situation.
It's just frustrating. I wonder if him and X made a song, because I know they
that would have been absolutely crazy. That would have been wow. Now that I think about it,
or maybe he could hop on if X just recorded a verse or something. He could still do that. Mm-hmm. That would be pretty awesome.
Trippie Redd came out with a song today called Icky Vicky. I believe it's only on YouTube for now.
Is it on his actual YouTube?
I believe so. Yes. Okay. It has Rich the Kid on it. Got a chance to listen to it. It's pretty good. Trippie, so good in my opinion.
Not a big Rich the Kid fan.
Oh no, not at all. But Trippie, there's artists that we all have where they can literally as soon as the song starts and they say 5 words, you're he's going off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's sounding good. And that's Trippie for me. Obviously, I would assume Uzi for you. No matter what he's saying, you're loving it.
Pretty much.
And as soon as I heard Trippie coming, I'm just that's it for me. It's done. It's a done deal. Once it comes on Apple Music, I'm adding it right away.
That's how with Trippie, he's really grown on me, and he's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah. So J. Cole single.
Yeah. Middle Child.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
what a song.
Yeah. That's just it's a banger. It's lyrical. It's everything you want in a song, honestly.
I didn't notice it when I first listened to it, but I read something online. So you know how he uses auto-tune in the middle part?
Yes.
Apparently, it's because he's saying he's stuck in the generation between the and
old school and
and when he's addressing the new school, he's using auto-tune, and that's something that it went over my head. Obviously,
right, same here.
It goes over 99% of people's heads, and they just listen to it and they're like, J. Cole is whack, whatever. But like that's crazy to think about. Like that's something nobody does.
It's such a good song.
Such a good concept too. He absolutely went off.
I haven't met somebody that doesn't like the song yet.
No.
Like
I know people who don't like J. Cole who like the song.
Yeah.
So this album that he's working on is going to be crazy. There's been snippets of 21 Savage's part. There's snippets of actually someone dissing Kanye. So be on the lookout for that. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be major Kanye beef with Dreamville.
What's the is that what the album is going to be called?
It's not going to be called Dream. It's going to be called.
Because like, all right, you know how you said that 21 Savage's part's going to be on a J. Cole song. So you know how he's getting all these artists together. Is his album going to be separate from this? Or is that
I don't
his
think,
album?
No, I don't think J. Cole's coming out with a solo album. He's the mastermind behind all
That's
of this.
what I thought you were saying that he's going to come out with like.
So honestly, I could probably think about it as like a members only album.
Okay.
Think about it like that, where like they just take a group of artists and you hear.
But there's like a ton.
There's a ton. So it's very interesting to see how many songs are going to be on it. If he's going to cut out anybody, but from what I've been seeing, it's going to be excellent, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Lil Pump releasing Harvard Dropout, February 22nd.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't get put off
after a long wait.
We're still waiting for Kanye's album too.
Months. Kanye's Offset actually released February. Didn't release a date, but Offset's releasing his album in February. So I'm gonna look out for maybe.
Before you get into that, if you were gonna like say anything, Migos, did you see that they posted that they're postponing Culture 3?
Yeah.
Because they want it to be like perfect or whatever. So,
I respect that.
Yeah. They put out a decent amount of music,
especially with Culture 2. I would rather have them. I would rather have them take their time.
Yeah, take your time. We don't need another Culture 2.
I would definitely rather have them take their time.
Such a waste.
With that, I'm excited for that to see how they've evolved since last year. Should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it
for sure.
Is there anything else you want to get into, or?
I think we should wrap this video.
We should wrap it up. So thank you guys.
No. Like wrap it up with a topic. You guys stay for a couple more minutes.
All right.
We're gonna talk about Soulja Boy. Yeah, Soulja Boy.
Okay, Soulja Boy.
So nothing really relating to music, but he's been How did this start? Do you know how it started or no? I kind of just saw him on the Breakfast Club.
I imagine Soulja Boy sitting on his bed, thinking, "Damn, I haven't gotten any attention in 5 years."
Falling off.
And he's just like, "Let me do something crazy."
Dude calls out Tyga, Drake, Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande on an Ariana Grande song saying that she stole his
6ix9ine.
Like, why would Ariana Grande steal your flow? Like, she doesn't need anything. She can put out.
Did you hear the Drake song though?
I did.
It sounds pretty similar.
It does sound pretty similar, but there's so much music going out. There's always gonna be music that crosses.
I feel like maybe because like Drake has taken some flows in the past, like he took X's on the one song. Yeah. There is a possibility, but like it's not blatant. Like he didn't rip you off. Like,
for sure, and he's definitely won in my opinion in this situation, Soulja Boy, because he's gaining.
Oh, absolutely.
He's gaining so much attention right now. Like, when's the last time we have ever talked about Soulja Boy?
We haven't, and he's just spewing out like bullshit, but it's working. He already has 12 million views on the Breakfast Club interview in a week.
Yeah, he's going crazy with that.
Who? Exactly.
Yeah, that whole meme. Like, that's turned into a big thing now. So he's doing his part. I mean, props to him, I guess. I mean, he's accomplished his goal.
I mean, it's working. So it's getting him on. He was on the Breakfast Club. Yeah. He was talking with academics. Yeah. Uzi's still retired. Nav is still retired. They're playing Fortnite, though.
They are. Yeah, so that's interesting. When I saw that, I was so confused. Like,
I don't know.
Shut up and get back to music.
I swear.
Especially, what the hell is Nav doing? Like, why are you doing this?
I feel like he's riding Uzi's wave to, like, get himself... Like, it doesn't make any sense. He literally, as soon as Uzi posted that, he deleted all of his Instagram posts. He literally is, like, in his feels for no reason. Yeah, like... I think it's because, alright, when Uzi left, when he said he was leaving, everyone's like, oh no, come back. Dude, when Nav said he quit, everybody was like, thank God. Like, you put out one song.
Put out, like, oh my God, yeah. Nav can stay. Yeah. Retired.
I mean, he had some good songs. Yeah, Uzi, you need to come back, dude. You're like 24. You need to come back.
That's it.
So many, like, I know you want to die at 27 or some weird shit like that.
Just release Eternal Take, then you can peacefully rest.
Yeah.
That's bad to say.
That's really bad. But
that's not good.
This album needs... If it doesn't come out, like, within the first quarter of this year, people are already pissed off, but dude, like, come on. Just release the album.
Yeah.
People are waiting, alright? And the fact that you haven't fallen off at all, like, you're gaining more hype somehow by not putting out music. It doesn't make any sense.
He's literally one of the biggest artists
in
of
the
our
game.
generation.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And he's built himself up within only a couple years, and he's massive. So, Uzi, if you're watching out there, which I know you are, obviously.
What's his name?
Come back. Samir Woods,
Samir.
alright?
Samir, if you're watching this.
Samir, just...
Hit us with that leaked Eternal Take. We won't.
Hit me up with that reply on Instagram and Twitter. I'm still waiting, so...
Yeah.
It's
You do
kinda
you,
awkward.
man. Whenever you feel comfortable, come
Whatever.
back.
I guess it's his choice, but dude, like, if you're... The problem that I have, he announced it in July of last year. Yeah. He's like, oh, Eternal Take, and we're like, oh, shit. Like, oh, it's gonna come out. And... Now, like, he said, remember a month ago, the video where he's like, oh, I'm finally done, I'm going to drop that, or whatever he said. And then he played, like, a new song from it. And then a couple weeks later, he's like, oh, I'm done, screw my label, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can't just say you're going to release it and then you don't. Like, if you wouldn't have said anything at all, I would not have cared. But it's just like, dude, why are you just teasing us? It's ridiculous.
It's something like we've never seen before, especially from an artist so big.
In your prime, like, you're not even at the top yet.
No, he could definitely be at the top if he wanted to. And I think everyone who pays attention to rap is waiting.
Everybody is. Everybody's been waiting.
Yeah. So
I don't think he's done. There's no way he's done.
He's not done, 100%. I'll put money on it. He's not done. He can't be done because the way he's living, he cannot financially be successful.
Dude, oh my god, he had Louis Vuitton earbuds in.
He can't.
Like, how are you gonna?
He can't afford
just
to drop out
off royalties off like 3 albums or 4 albums. You can't just. You're not gonna be able to pay for all that. So you have to make music, Uzi. Yeah. And you're going to.
We're all waiting.
Whether you like it or not. All right. That wraps it up.
That's gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all that jargon. And stay strapped.
Peace. You gotta leave that in.